Hey Jacob, here is the changes for the search page. Let's go ahead and start off with the first one. This happens both in portrait and landscape. It's this overall rating text needs to be formatted. Let me show you that. It's right here. You can see that the colon, for some reason, just it must push down to another line. Not too sure why that happens. That should obviously just be up, right here, right where my cursor is. So that's the first note. The second one is, well, I'll tell you what, let me jump to the third one right away, seeing that I'm here. It is the position of this stuff right here. In portrait, right here, it looks great, but as soon as I bump up past 467, it moves up here. And you can see it just kind of creates a mess, where you have some of it up here and some of it down here. So for both portrait and landscape, let's just go ahead and keep it, down below. I think that that'll work just fine. The only time that we'll move it up here is when we get into tablet and desktop, and it currently already does that, and that looks great, so we'll just change that landscape one, and we should be good to go. The second note in here, it has to do with the top part, the logo and the text at the top. Just let me move up here, you'll see what I mean. So it's currently in portrait, and this is fine because we bumped it down below this area, but as soon as I get into landscape, there's a couple of weird issues here. I'm just going to kind of move in and out. That's 467. You can see how it looks there. And then 468, it bumps out to there. Basically, we want it to be up in this area in landscape mode. So anything past 479, it should be bumped up here. But you can see that it doesn't look right. There's a big space here, and there's no padding over on this side. Basically, we want this top area to be like this on anything landscape and better. So if I move over, you can see tablet looks great and desktop looks great, and both those are the same. So we want to keep that to be always the same in desktop, landscape, and in tablet. So those three, it should always be the same. The only time it's going to be different is when we move into portrait mode to where it skips down here. So if you can make that landscape one look the same as tablet and desktop, that'd be great. The next note on here is removing the participant stats in photo. This area kind of always seems to give us a little bit of a problem. It's this section right here with the avatar and the participant stats. So you can see right now how it's kind of wrapping goofy and it doesn't look right. I knew I mentioned in my previous email to put these running stats in here next to the photo. You know what? For both portrait and landscape, let's just make it easy. Let's remove both this and both the avatar and the stats from both portrait and landscape. Let's just get them out of there. The only time that we'll have it in there is for tablet and above, and in tablet and above, they both look great. So let's just dump them for both landscape and portrait. Get them out of there. We'll make that easy so that we don't have to mess around with that. All right, and the last note in here, oh, it's a participants tab. Let me go ahead and move over to that. So on the participants tab, we want it to be 2-column on tablet and desktop, and then for portrait and landscape, we want it to be down to 1 column, because I mean you can see logistically here that it just doesn't work out right. So it's in landscape, it's at 2-column. That's not right. Here in portrait view, it knocks down to 1 column, and that's how it should be for both portrait and landscape. So 1 column for portrait landscape, 2 column for tablet and desktop. And then one also note on that is when it's down at 1 column, the divider line is missing here. I think it always used to be there. For some reason, it's not anymore. So just remember, when you do knock it down to 1 column, if you could put that divider line in there, that'd be great. That's it. Thanks.